Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, which name is Analytics Pro. In this playlist guys, we are going to cover only SQL concepts from scratch. In the previous tutorial guys, we have studied about date functions. I hope now you guys are clear with date functions in SQL. And now in today's tutorial guys, we will talk about some string functions which are majorly used in SQL projects. So one by one we will cover all these string functions. So let's start with this concat function. This function is used to join two words or string together. And this concat function guys we have already used in Excel, Power BI, and now we will learn how we can use in SQL. And now let's move towards SSMS screen and understand the concat function with practical. So here we have entered in SSMS screen. And now let me open one table which name is sales. So I will simply write select star from our table name which is sales, and now let me select this query and hit execute. So here is the table guys, and we will use concat function here under this table. So as we already said guys, this function helps to merge two columns, or you can say combine two columns. So my requirement is that I want to create a specific column where I can see this country and states together in separate column. So with the help of concat function guys, I can achieve this requirement. So I will start write my query with select command. So what I will do guys, I will simply write select, and after select command guys, I will enter those columns which I wants to fetch. So let's suppose I wants to fetch country, comma states, comma names. So these three columns I want to fetch from this sales table. And now guys, what I will do, I'll simply write comma here and jump into the next line. Although you guys can write the query in the same line, but to increase the readability of the query, I have jumped into the next line. And here I will simply use my function name, which name is concat. And now I'll start this bracket. So look at the parameters guys of concat function. Expression, comma expression. So under first parameter guys, I will simply take that column name which I want to make concat. So I want to make concat with country, comma, states, and bracket close. And if you guys wants to give alias to that specific column, so with the help of as keyword, you guys can make any column name. So I am giving temporary name as, let's say, con_sta, and again press enter. And finally I will write my table name which is sales. So this is the query guys, and now let me select this query and hit execute. So see guys, these are our selected columns like country, state and names, and this is the calculated column guys which we have just created with the help of concat function. And here I can clearly see country and states coming together here under this one column. And I know guys what kind of questions are coming in your mind, that how we can add any separator between the values before merging. So here is a very easiest way guys. So what you need to do, simply go here under this between these two columns and start single inverted comma, and let's say I want hyphen as between our value. So I'll simply put hyphen and single inverted comma close. And last but not the least, I'll again put it comma here. And now let me select this query and execute it again. So see guys, hyphen is also comes as a delimiter, or you can say the separator. With the help of concat function guys, you can combine any of the values. And let's suppose if you also wants to combine one more value here under this column, so what you need to do guys, simply put it comma here. And if you wants to add any separator, so simply start single inverted comma, hyphen, single inverted comma close, and put it comma, and simply write the third column name, let's say names. And now let me select this query and hit execute. So in this way guys, you guys can use this concat function. And let's suppose if you want to see this calculated column with entire table, so instead of columns name guys, you guys can simply take star and comma. And this thing we have already covered in the previous tutorial. So you guys can watch the previous tutorial and simply understand how we can display calculated column with entire table. And now let's move towards the next function of string category. So our next function name is concat_ws. Here ws stands for with separator. That is exact work like a concat. But the catch is that guys, you can add any separator before merging the column. So let's go towards the SSMS screen, and what I will do guys, let me simply copy this query and paste it here. So let me remove all the values from this bracket, and I will also change the formula concat_ws. So if you guys are using concat_ws, so in the first parameter you can add the delimiter, or you can say the separator. So again I am taking, let's say, hyphen single inverted comma begin hyphen single inverted comma close. And after adding the separator guys, now you can add any of the values. So let's say I will take country and state first. So I'll put it comma here. So my first column name is country, which I want to make concate, comma, and my next column name is states and bracket close. And now let me select this query and hit execute. So see guys, I can see country and state. And if you guys wants to add more and more column, so you don't need to add any delimiter again and again, just like this concate function. Simply enter the column name, let's say names. And now let me select this query again and hit execute. See guys, so if you guys are comparing concate and concate underscore ws, so concate underscore ws is much efficient than concate. So I hope now you guys are clear with both the functions. And now let's move towards the next function of string category. So the next function name is length. This function is used to find the length of a word or a string. It counts from 1, not 0. And now let's understand the practical of length function. So firstly guys, let me remove this query from here. And what I am doing guys, let me simply remove this query from here. And now let's apply length function here under this same query. So I will simply write the function name, which is len. So you don't need to write the full name. Here we need to use the short form of length, which is len. And bracket start guys. And let's suppose guys, I want to make the count of this country column, that how many letters we have in this India, USA, China, and so on. So here we need to enter the column name. So my column name is country and bracket close. And now guys, let me also change this alias from here. Let's say country underscore len. And now let me select this query and hit execute. So here we guys can see 5 characters are in India, 3 characters are in USA, 5 characters in China, and so on. So in this way, if you want to check the length of any of the character, so you guys can use this len function. And our next functions are uppercase and lowercase. And these two functions guys, you have already used in day-to-day projects in any of the technology. So let's learn how we can use uppercase or lowercase in SQL. So what I will do guys, I am simply changing the function name. Rest query will be the same. So instead of len guys, I am simply changing here upper. And now let me select this query and hit execute. So see guys, all the letters are in caps. So if you have such kind of requirement guys, you can use this upper function in SQL. So if you use lower function here, your all the string characters are converted into the lower case. See guys. So in this way, you can convert your string from lowercase or uppercase. And if you guys have any different requirement, like first letter are in caps and the other letters are in small, so you need to build a logic in SQL to achieve this result. There is no specific function in SSMS to capitalize each word. And now guys, let's talk about one more function of string category, which name is replace. This function is used to replace all occurrence of a substring with is a string. So let's learn how to use replace function in SQL. So what I will do guys, let me simply remove this lower function from here. And instead of lower guys, I am using replace. So under replace function guys, firstly we need to enter the column name where we want to replace the value. So I want to replace, let's say this India from IND. So you need to simply put it comma here and inverted comma begin and simply write the first value, which is India, and inverted comma close. And now put it comma here, and here guys, you simply need to return India as IND. So what you need to do, inverted comma begin and simply write the value which you want and inverted comma close. And if you guys want to change the alias guys, so simply change the temporary column name, let's say abbreviations. And now let me select this query and hit execute. So see guys, I can clearly see India replaced with IND. In this way, if you want to replace any value, so you guys can use this replace function in SQL, which is a part of string category. And now let's move towards some more string functions. So our next function name is reverse. This function is used to reverse a string. That's it. And now let's understand how we can use reverse function in SQL. So let's suppose I want to reverse the data from this country column. So what I will do guys, let me make some changes here under this query. So let me remove these values from here and simply I will use reverse function here. And now let me select this query and hit execute. So see guys, my all the values of the string is reversed. This A comes at first, I comes at second. And if you talk about this USA guys, A comes at first, S comes at second, and this U comes at third. So in this way, you can also reverse any of the string with the help of this reverse function. And now let's talk about one more string function, which name is substring. It allows you to extract a portion of a string based on specific starting position and length. So substring function guys helps you to extract any of the data from any of the column, but it could be text. So let's try substring function in SQL. So let's experiment on same column, which is country. So firstly let me write my function name, which is substring. And let's suppose under this country column, I want to fetch only 2 characters. So let me add number here. So my position will begin with 1. And after 1 position guys, I want only 2 characters. So I'll put it 2. And now let me select this query and hit execute. So here we guys can see, I can see only 2 characters from this country column. It fetch only IN from India, US from USA. And let's suppose guys, if you want to fetch 3 character, simply change the number from here. So let me select this query and hit execute. So see guys, now I can see starting 3 characters. So in that context, you guys can use this substring function in SQL. And now let's talk about 2 more functions, left and right. With the help of left and right function guys, you can also fetch the character from the left side or the right side. So let's quickly apply both the functions in SQL. So this time I'll change the function name, let's say left. And you don't need to enter any starting parameter, because by default it works from the left side. So let me remove the first number, which is 1. And now let me select this query and hit execute. So see guys, we can see the same result which we have extracted from substring function. If you want starting 2 character from the left side, simply enter the number, which is 2. And now I can see the 2 characters from the left side. And if you guys want to fetch any right side character, simply put it right function here. And it will fetch character from the right side, see guys, which is A and I in India, S and A in US. So in this way you guys can use this right and left function. And now let's learn some more functions. So our next function name is char index, which stands for character index. This function searches for a substring in a string and returns the position. If the substring is not found, this function returns 0. It will tell you the position of that character which you want to fetch in your column or string. So let's try this char index function in SQL. So let me quickly change the function from here. Let's say char index. And now let me remove the number from here. So before this column guys, you need to specify the letter. So I want to see the position of letter N. So I'll simply start inverted comma and simply write my letter, which is N. And if you want to change the alias here, definitely you can change. Let's say counts. And now let me select this query and hit execute. Actually guys, I have missed comma from here. So let me put it comma. And now let me select this query and hit execute again. So see guys, it is giving the position of letter N, where N position comes at number 2. And if it is not found N in any of the character, it returns 0. Here N comes at 4th position in China. In a similar way, N comes at 5 at Japan. I hope you guys are clear with this char index function. And now let's quickly talk about few more functions. So our next function name is trim. This function remove specified character or spaces from the beginning or end of a string. It is commonly used to eliminate leading or trailing spaces from string values. So let's learn how we can use this trim function in SQL. So before using this trim function guys, let me create a character, because I have not used any column which we have unwanted spaces. So let's create one text guys where we will take unwanted spaces. So I'll simply write select and bracket start, and I'll put it inverted comma, and I'm taking more spaces like this. I'll simply put it Shubham, and again I will take more spaces and inverted comma close and close this bracket. And if I try to execute this query guys, so you can see it returning Shubham, and there are a lot of spaces on the left side as well as in the right side. So if you have such kind of column guys, so in that case you can use trim function so that it remove unwanted spaces. So after select guys, I can simply use trim, and if you try to execute this query, so it will remove unwanted spaces. See guys, there is no spaces from the left side of Shubham. And one more thing guys, trim functions remove leading and trailing characters. So there are 2 more functions guys which you can use, like L trim or R trim, which stands for left trim or right trim. So if I use L trim function here, so it will only remove the left side spaces. See guys. And if I used R trim, so it will remove right side spaces. See guys. So in that context, you guys can use this trim function in SQL. And now we will talk about one more and last function of string category, which name is ASCII. This function is to find the ASCII value of first character. Here ASCII stands for American Standard Code of Information Interchange. So there are already predefined characters of ASCII function. So if I type letter A guys, it will give you the ASCII value. So every character we have a different value. So let's learn how we can use this ASCII function in SQL. So I am simply writing select and my function name, which is ASCII. And here I will write my character name, which is A. So let's see what is the value of A as per the ASCII. And now let me hit execute. So here we can see as per the ASCII, the value of character A is 65. If you put it B here, then it will display the value of B, which is 66. So if you put it C here, it will show you the value of C, which should be 67. See guys. So I hope now you guys are cleared with all the strings functions which we have covered in today's tutorial. And with the help of these functions guys, you guys can create n number of logics. So just try these functions in your real-time dataset. And for such kind of detailed learning guys, stay connected with us and kindly support this channel. And those who are new to this channel, kindly hit the like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to press this bell icon guys, else you will miss an update. And those who wants to learn Power BI or SQL from scratch, so you guys can follow this free YouTube channel, which name is Analytics Pro. And if you scroll it down guys, so here you guys can see we have a full course Power BI playlist where I have explained each and every concept about Power BI in detail. And if you click here on this playlist button guys, so you guys will get to see multiple playlists are here. This is the Power BI full course playlist and these are the advanced concepts of Power BI where you guys can take the knowledge of advanced concepts of Power BI. And we have this Power BI with SQL playlist where you guys can learn all the concepts of SQL from scratch. So you guys can start your SQL journey with this free YouTube channel. And along with that guys, we have this visualization playlist and we have this DAX expression playlist. Here we have covered most of the DAX functions from scratch which are majorly used in your projects. And here under this playlist, I am also trying to cover all the differences of DAX functions which is majorly asked in an interviews. And very soon guys, I will add some more playlists so that you guys can take better understanding of the analytical skills. And for the job seekers guys, we have this free Telegram group where I'm keep posting latest Power BI jobs opening, as well as you will also find some latest interview question and answers which recently asked by an interviewer. So you don't need to pay anything to anyone. But those who are looking only live sessions, so we guys also conduct live training and sessions where we prepare candidates from scratch till intermediate level with some scenarios, real-time projects, assignments, notes and so on. And we also provide placement assistance with the help of WhatsApp group where you will get to see some HR emails, contact number and so on. And you guys can also follow us on Insta as well as Facebook. So all the links I will share under the description box. You guys can follow us there. So for free learners guys, you guys can follow this Analytics Pro, and for the live training and sessions, you guys can connect me any of the platform. Thank you so much guys for your more love and support. Keep learning and keep growing. Thank you so much.